It's a wonderful Tuesday, I suppose. Lots going on. How are you guys this morning?
Better than I deserve.
Just getting all kinds of new information this morning.
Blessed and highly favored.
There's just a lot going on in
There
our
was.
community this past weekend, and our pre-podcast chats. But we'll stick to the script here. We're about a month and a half away from players arriving for the KCLB.
Yeah.
Lots of things coming together. The communities and players and host families, all of that good stuff. So I'm excited for that stuff to just happen. It gets crazy, and then the first week we're just like, we made it. But we also have to get through that golf tournament.
Yeah, we need to plan another little KCLB outing this month. I need to got to do a little background on some schedules and see. We don't look like we got a bunch on the board yet, so that's good. Should have some availability,
How
but
about May 16th and 17th?
no. Nice try, but yeah, I don't know. I need to. We did chicken and pickle last time, which was actually kind of fun. So wasn't as expensive as I thought it was going to be, but we didn't really have many host families show up to it either. So
Yeah, show up, guys. Come on.
guys, show
Yeah,
up.
Free chicken and pickle.
Just get out
They
there.
had good
and-
appetizers.
Yeah,
They had really good wings. The wings were good.
I thoroughly enjoyed the.
We might actually the next one we
spicy-
should have old Naj cook up the wings for the party. This dude's over here on the grill every weekend.
Wearing
man.
those exact sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yep.
This dude's they look good. I ain't even I'm not lying.
I
They
don't
look
even
great.
know what we're talking about. I haven't
Ray
seen them.
Charles,
Yeah.
stepbrother.
They look good.
Hey man,
There's a lot of them too. You cook a lot of the time.
I do, because when I grill, man, like you gotta go. You gotta grill. You gotta be able to provide food for everybody. So, because if you taste it, you're gonna be kind of biased towards your food. You can't really taste it. And plus,
That and
once,
you're feeding King, and King's obviously big
Fa-
fella.
He
Yeah.
needs at least a whole rack of those.
Oh, dude, 12 wings to him is like
Yeah.
four
the
or
thing
five
is,
to
man,
us.
like if I tell you 12 wings, yeah, he got to eat the pack of drumsticks is about what he eats when I grill.
Yeah.
A pack of drumsticks.
That doesn't surprise
Yeah,
me.
he
I
might
would've-
throw a little thigh on there, what's not, but it's usually the drumsticks is what he wants.
Where do you get them at?
Me, low key, I've been getting a steal at Sam's, low key, especially on the drumsticks. They've been like $1.
Not
They're
just,
basically $1 a pack.
not just low key, but kind of high key.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
it's not high key because he's not yelling it yet, but,
But
and he's
see-
keeping it
Yeah,
low key. God, why does people,
It's the
Everyone
it's the
knows.
spammers. It's spammers.
They know our schedule.
Yeah.
are live.
this is. But yeah,
Anyways.
I'm always down to grill, bro.
Yeah.
I'm always down to
I
put
don't know
some
where
on
we'll do that. I'm not sure. We'll have to find
Right
another,
here.
another spot. We have had one here before, and it went well. I mean,
You could put on the golf simulator.
it was centrally located, so we got some people to show up to that. That might not be a terrible idea. Just find a weekend and do something there. There's not as many teams and whatnot in here, so. See, that's a real person I should have answered and put him on the.
You
put
can
him
still
live on the
answer
air.
it.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got that coming up. Host families is the big.
I'm
big
trying to
thing
listen
this
to the
month.
phone.
But we gotta
I
gotta
heard
get across the
baseball team.
finish line there. I think we were a little short in Mulvane, a little short in El Dorado, but I think Valley Center's
We're kind of,
we're okay there.
mixing and
Yeah,
matching.
they're short a couple players. I think he's
Yeah, we
trying to fill pitching.
need some
wise.
arms.
Everybody does, but
Need some arms.
the two places that are actually like short is definitely Mulvane and El Dorado, which is wild because those are like the two communities that have like the most quote unquote community support, but they don't have enough host beds.
Sure.
So it's just a teeter totter balancing act kind of a thing. So hopefully we can push that across the finish line and get some of those things worked out. They're getting a lot closer on players. Pretty much everybody's getting pretty darn close on players. Everybody's in like the mid 20s now, so like confirmed and got guys coming for sure. So now we just gotta move through the little pieces there. But yeah, I'm excited for the season. Season's gonna be a lot of fun. I think teams every single year, that we return coaching staffs and keep kind of the internal, dialogues good and everybody kind of stays, it seems like the competitiveness of the league is just continually getting better and better and better, and it's just because guys kind of know what to expect. Everybody's looking to try and get an edge. Everybody's trying to work through it, and so should be good. Should be a lot of fun, as you said. Golf tournament right around the corner. I think we're still only got 1 or 2 unpaid teams, so
Guys.
yeah, they're same thing, different week. They're spoken for, but the people drag their feet, so we'll see what happens. Who knows? We'll get it filled, though. I mean, trust me. And then as soon as those people pay, we'll have like 10 people call all at the same time on the same day. Hey, I'd like to get Hey, I want this. Hey, I want that. And it's like,
Do you
Yep.
have to be a company to
No.
be in the golf tournament?
no.
Can it just be 4 guys?
You just got to pay, brother.
just it's pay to play world, man. It's a free market enterprise at the KCLB golf tournament. Anybody can play. So
Just as long as you got the money.
it's gonna be fun. A lot of prizes, a lot of games,
A lot of guns.
couple of
not a
couple
lot
of guns that will not be active.
Yep, there will be
Oh,
unloaded.
Well, that and security wrapped. So, but yeah, those will
getting
be
a
good.
gun this year.
Yeah, I probably won't, but I need to pay for the guns. So.
Sheldon gets up there. All right, for the gun, Sheldon Howell.
Ah,
Oh,
thank
wow.
you, thank you.
It's
That one
really-
always does kill me, like where they think that we're like rigging the thing, like when the same people win, but
Oh,
then
and
you
then
go
they
back
get-
and look
then-
at them and they have just rolls
Oh
of
yeah,
tickets
they
that they've
literally
bought.
they walk up. They're like
Yeah, they're
got
just tons of them, and it's like,
97 tickets.
yeah, dude, like that's why he won. Like he probably spent $300-400 on raffle tickets, if not more. Which I don't know what's like the most that somebody's spent, Dave.
I think somebody's. Well, Jesse has done $250 before. I think that's the highest I've seen on
Like at
raffle tickets
once.
alone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
so
buys a lot, but he also has won probably more than anybody.
Yeah,
I think he's won
It's all about
clubs, guns. So he's won some of the big prizes. So, pay to play. Get out there, win a gun. Don't take it to Shadows. There you go. Ah! Plug
Shot.
it in.
That's
That's the place right there. Oh man, the joke went right over
No.
right over your head.
No,
dog.
I didn't know the place is called Shadows.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. But as soon as you said it, I was like, dang.
Yeah.
Life goes on.
I never been. Well, not for that guy, but
Oh, nobody asks.
I'm just saying.
Nobody asks, but I'm gonna ask. Dave, how are you doing this morning?
I'm good.
Good.
Yeah,
Good,
I'm good. Just,
Okay.
just working.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
while you guys are chatting.
Nobody asked, so I had to make sure.
Yeah, I'm
I,
good,
I,
good.
you know.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm fine.
good.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Got a couple meetings this afternoon to.
Yeah, what's on the schedule, Dave?
I have
Tell us
the-
what's popping over in SBS.
brand new
world.
whip just.
I have the Weeba luncheon, taking a friend to that to see if he wants to join. Gonna try to chat with a few people that I've been talking to through email since they'll be there, and working on a few more teams. I've had a fun day yesterday, razzing some teams, telling me that their season ends when the SBS starts, and I have their schedule pulled up on my screen, and I just want to be like, yeah, your season ends 5 days before the SBS. I think you could make it, kind of thing, or just the excuse-driven stuff like that. But it's all fun conversation to have that, because you can wake people up to their own mess that they create on that. I mean, a couple teams that were like, yeah, I'm going to go to the other tournament. I was like, dude, great, good luck. That's awesome. Good luck. What you're okay with that? Yeah, do what you got to do. But outside of that, SBS stuff, trying to find some sponsors and some partners to do some cool stuff. We're still looking for a couple food partners, which is always a fun adventure for me. And then
You guys can always team up with Kids Grill. Kids Grill get you that chicken right and some ribs,
There you go.
Sure.
pork chops.
sure,
Is that
maybe
you?
we'll talk.
Is that
Yeah.
him?
We'll talk.
We got Kids Grill and Sly's Sides
Oh,
out
yeah.
there
Oh,
cooking up meals.
yeah. Who's ever slide, bro? Pull up. Make sure you
Yeah,
cook
that
that
is-
mac and cheese,
That's
boy.
Sheldon's mom.
Oh, that
Yeah,
sounds like a great time.
He's gonna be whipping it up out
Yeah.
there in the tent.
That'd be
Yeah.
crazy. But
whip it up.
but other than that,
Whip it
SBS
up,
is
whip it
coming
up.
together. I mean, I'm pretty happy with the way our communications have gone and promotions are, at least moving in the right direction. How are you guys feeling about your Wiffle Ball Wednesday tradition?
I'm not thinking about it right now at all.
Neither am I.
Just gonna not worry about that till it's time to worry about that.
Neither am I. The only thing I'm worried about is just finding enough people to work everything. That's the biggest challenge of everything. Not only league stuff, SBS stuff too, but just having enough bodies and enough places to keep the madness corralled to the best of our ability.
I can work every day except Sunday, Sheldon. I'm sorry.
What's Sunday?
I just know putting up those chairs on Sunday. I've seen you guys do it like twice already. Yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah. Well,
Chairs,
too bad.
Chairs falling all over the place.
Too bad.
I'm
Actually,
sorry.
the chairs really aren't that bad.
No, those
Yeah.
girls make it look that hard, though. I'm gonna tell you that.
The hardest part about Sunday is the mounds, just because they're heavier than everything else.
Yeah.
That's really the only thing. And it's like no matter who wins, like we don't get to just hang out for an hour and have a cerveza and celebrate and be like, oh man, such a great tournament. This was so fun. It's more like we're
Go,
straight
go.
to grinding to get everything picked up, and it's the end of the 5 days, so it's like, well, I'm a zombie already as it is. My feet hurt.
Yep.
It's a lot of
Imagine
stress.
doing it with a
Speaking-
broken ankle like he was
Speaking
last year.
speaking of feet hurt, it's almost time to change these shoes again. I got my
Yeah,
my
you
shoe process.
blew out your shoes.
If there is
so-
one thing that we've probably, it's unsung hero, but just like we have gotten better at like just being prepared for all of the suck. Like we bring our own little care package kit before the tournament starts. Like we've got all of our stuff like lined up, like deodorant, biofreeze. Like we come like
Hydration.
prepped and ready. Yeah, liquid IVs, like just everything. Like, and then we added the headsets last year, which had made a big difference. Those things are nice because made things move a lot quicker. And this year we'll have the right people with the right ones, and just
Shoot, this year we'll have 12. You never know.
be fun.
I just-
enjoy. I mean,
I
dude,
just
Sounds
remember-
like we probably need an ankle split in the city.
I
see
just-
now that I have to prepare for that, I'm gonna have an ankle brace ready to roll for someone.
Like the air cast type thing.
Yeah, yeah. So
Sean, you're just not allowed to ride on top of the coolers.
They put me up there. I was not responsible for my own actions.
What do you? Okay.
Just
yeah.
leave that one alone.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it was like 3 a.m.
My brain was thinking faster than my body on all of these things.
that's probably fair.
Or my
but
body was.
The one thing I
thinking
will
slower
say
than mine.
is the mule was not going that fast, so it was not a.
Yeah, but once you hit that bump, man,
Wasn't
I think-
like we were doing 10 miles an hour. Like we were doing 2.
it was at least.
I
10
think-
What
miles
feel-
an hour.
No.
Where were you guys
way.
coming
not-
from?
We took the coolers, like, so we got to dump ice and get ice and
Mhm.
like do all that stuff at the end of the night. So like when everybody's gone, we take all the water. I take all the water coolers over there. I fill them up with
I was
ice.
helping
that
out
way
of the
ice
kindness of my heart,
machines-
you know.
The ice machines fill back up overnight because if they fill
Didn't
all the way,
have
they'll
to be
stop
there.
making ice. So you got to stay a day ahead, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So we do all that, and like, so that's when we're going back and forth with that. So there's just the whole thing is loaded with coolers, and then, Sean decided to surf off the back of one,
Well,
and then
so what-
down onto the ground.
Me and
But
Garrett.
the first time was one thing. The second time was,
The
it was like,
second-
wait a minute here.
So me and G were sitting on the back of the mule, and it was sagging really bad, and my feet were like dragging, and I felt myself like falling off, like slipping off, and I was gonna like casually kind of hop off, and I didn't.
You didn't casually do anything.
It was not casual at all. I like stepped off and my heel drug, and then I just fell and landed on my elbow. That felt good. Little did I know, it was gonna be even worse. So they're like, "All right, sit up here on the top of the coolers."
So you have something to hold on to. Like,
Well, so I had my drink in one hand, but my drink was in the wrong hand. Okay, so I had my drink in my right hand. I would have gotten Game of Life for sure.
yeah, for sure.
100%.
So
Oh, that was game of life. You owe for that.
I
no doubt.
I spilled I spilled my drink on the first fall, so we went back, got another one. Then I sat on the top of the coolers because that was the grand idea. And when we hit, there's that area between the two fields where it goes down and up real quick. Hit that, the cooler started going this way, and I went to grab, but I had my drink in this hand, so I had nothing to grab. And then I'm just off the back. I'm like 8 feet up in the air, and I land straight on my ankle. My ankle goes in like that. It hurts so bad. It was messed up right away. I knew it. I couldn't even get up for about 5 minutes.
So why did you not sit in the mule?
We had a bunch of people.
I'd have walked.
It was.
You should have walked. You should,
That would have. Hey, looking back now, yeah.
Hey, when you
hindsight's 2020.
you're right.
But,
Because when you got to that halfway point, you should have hopped off.
He could have walked beside the mule the entire way from the jump because we weren't going very fast.
When he says 2 miles, it wasn't 2 miles.
So we'll say about
2 miles
5.
an hour is crawling. I would say between 5 and 10. Oh,
5.
sure.
You
I'll
say
give you
5.
5, but
5 and
still,
10.
5 is like.
We had a lot of people on there. So
I just
because
remember-
Braden was in the front seat, and then me and Garrett were in the back, and it was just too much weight in the back between the two of us on the back, like on the back. So that's why they moved me up to the top,
To the safer spot,
to this,
and
which
then
was
he's
not
just up
safe.
there like he's riding a bull
One-
with
see,
no hands.
One cooler would have been good. That would have been fun.
Oh,
But it was
man.
2 coolers, and that's.
I'm
I'm not saying I'm not retarded, but-
he fell twice.
You know,
Yeah, I
like
said
he fell twice in 2 different scenarios, and I don't know how he felt. Going
Same
up
scenario.
was going to be the better of the
Yeah, I
solution.
don't know.
I remember the
It
first
wasn't
fall.
my idea. Wasn't my idea.
I remember the first fall because everybody was there, but the second fall, I was gone
No,
by that
no,
time.
no, you weren't when I fell.
The second time.
This,
The first time I heard about it, and then the second time I had left.
yeah,
You're like, oh, we just got one or two more trips left, and then
Yeah, that was a very interesting ride, but we got the work done, and
my ankle was so swollen the next day. I
he
stayed
had to
here.
he had to wrap it up, and
I didn't
yeah.
wrap it up at all.
Oh, I thought you did.
Hey,
No.
I just
Thankfully, the
I just did
Dobbers
some-
didn't need him to pitch. That
Yeah.
we'll just say that
I
they
just
didn't
did
need him
a
out
few
there.
pogos, and that was good.
Yeah,
Oh,
didn't need him
man.
to get on the bump that next
Hey,
day.
shout
They
out-
had a different lefty from Kansas City that was there to
shout out to
screw it up.
anybody that
he was ready. What? You asked me what's going on with the SBS. So, what are you looking forward to with the SBS, Sheldon?
Oh, same old, same old. Nothing. I mean, I think the conversations have
Looking
been
forward to launch
good.
me off the back of the mule.
Yeah. So
We're just gonna get a man cannon and just.
I feel like the
right into-
SBS is like the perfect memory maker. Like there's just a fun vibe to all the days. It's like just a fun weekend of baseball, but also like being able to connect with our community and the people around us. And it's a lot of work. Like don't discount that at all, because I mean it is a ton on my body. But whatever. That portion of it you just kind of get used to and get smarter with little things year after year, and just work through those things. But I think we're getting to that point where we're hopefully going to be like kind of creating some momentum, kind of moving downhill, if you will, of teams. And like we've got some footing and some things that you just can't deny from a national type of landscape, and with teams that are around here, but teams that come in from other places and just across the board. So I think that you see, the competitiveness of, the things that are getting put together, and makes it a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I mean, you have a coach who's experienced it, a player that's experienced it, and all those things. So we won't dive deeper into that, because at the end of the day, we know that's a fun little conversation that we've had multiple times. So
I'd love to say this though. This is it. There's no Najee in SBS this year. He's fully retired.
We'll see.
No phone calls. If I'm playing for anybody, I'm playing for VC, and we know that's not happening, so I'm not
I
playing.
don't know.
you've already been asked to play with 2 other teams,
Well, see,
and you're thinking about it. You never
Well-
said no, so you can't. We will hold you to this.
I'm not playing in the case. I'm not playing for the KCLB. I must
okay.
admit.
All right.
You've already discussed playing with a team in the SBS. So what you just said, We're gonna hold it to you,
From
and
the
let's see
KCLB teams.
if you play in the SBS based on what you said just now.
No.
I guess we're killing off a character.
No. See, you're misinterpreting what I'm saying. Everybody doesn't have to worry about me playing in the maroon this year, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody who has to walk across the maroon.
Thanks for clarifying.
Anybody who's walking across the maroon is good. So, like Valley Center, if they see the maroon, they're not going to be terrified because the dude with the dreads ain't going to be there. See what I'm saying? Like,
Making us sound very racist.
Where's
Really?
the dude in the dreads?
Oh no!
Not him again.
Guys, run!
you know what's crazy? I think I played Valley Center like twice. In my
Yeah.
whole career in the KCLB, I think I played you guys like twice.
You weren't around very much.
No, well, I was. No, I mean like in the 3 years I played for
Just
the
like
Heat.
you didn't like play.
No, because
It was a soft day.
every time, well, Loki, I played one time. Most of them were my off days. So there was a time when you guys played like the Heat like 3 times in a row. The first year I played with them, I went home for like a good amount of time. And then the year after that, I was barely around. I showed up when I needed to. And then last year, self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Like I remember playing you guys twice. Like actually me on the field playing. But it's all right, bro. The Dolphins always scared me.
Buzz.
Mm-hmm. No.
Enter the nest.
Get the kazoo.
Wrong stinger.
Oh my
Get the
goodness.
kazoo. Get the kazoos out.
Oh my goodness.
But hey,
Oh man.
but man, I can't wait for summer baseball. It's gonna be fun.
How's your team looking?
You know, we're looking good this summer. I'm kind of excited to see, especially from what I see these kids doing in high school ball. A lot of them are getting a lot of confidence in a lot of areas. A lot of them learning how to be more mature, learning the game, and that's kind of what I was hoping for a lot of them, so they get some varsity time. A lot of them are playing varsity this year, which is really good, especially the guys who came out of like I'd say nowhere, that came worked themselves from the ground up. Shout out to those guys who are working the ground up. Shout out to the guys who are working hard with their natural talent, and I just hope my boys are working and still doing. But we're looking good, getting ready for the summer. I think we go to Pitt State or Fort Scott. That's our first 2.
I was gonna say, where do you guys like travel to? Do you go
There's-
a lot of places?
Nah, but this year we'll be more local-ish. We'll be like within the 2-hour mark. Like I think the furthest we go is KC if you want to count that, because we go to Pitt State, Fort Scott, and somewhere else. I think that's about it. I gotta look at the schedule.
Do you guys ever go like far away?
Like far, like we've been to Texas.
You ever
That's-
go to like Florida
Psh,
or
I tell
anything
them-
crazy?
I told them every time, if we go fastball outside. I told them every time if you go to Florida, I'm just gonna slip home for
it's
a couple
close enough
days.
to you. What so like how did you fall into that? Talk about that a little bit.
Oh,
Like
so
Jeff obviously was involved with
Yeah.
his boys.
I'm about to out Jeff on the internet.
That's okay.
Okay, Jeff, I love you.
I
don't-
saw Jeff yesterday.
Oh, shout out Jeff.
They were playing out in Andale.
Oh, ooh.
Carter actually pitched.
Really? Carter.
I walked over to the. I was walking with me and the kids got there early, so I walked over to the baseball side because I saw baseball was happening. So I walked over and I'm walking up, and that kid, God, was his name Cooper? Sean, he was with that team training. He came like every day.
Landon.
Was that his name?
Landon.
Marcy.
Myers. Marcy. Landon Marcy.
With the
With Angels. South
Yeah.
Central Angels?
Yeah.
That's Landon Marcy. He
the
goes,
catcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes to Eisenhower too.
Yeah. So he was there. I saw him, and I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" And then Carter turned around, and I saw Carter. I was like, "You're
Yeah.
a pitcher?" I was like, "When did you start pitching?" And he was like, "I
Today?
guess I am today." And I was like, "Oh, okay." But he looks like he lost a little bit of weight. He got a little bit taller. Like he's kind of leaned out a little
Yeah,
bit.
bro, he's eating right. He's doing the gym stuff, but like he's all about it now.
Yeah.
which
That's
is-
good.
Which
Good
is
for
good for him.
I
Yeah.
like those boys.
Yeah, but the Rangers thing is,
crazy.
I don't know what he does. Where's he go?
Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff
Which-
kind of programs him.
Which that makes sense. I
Yeah.
mean, Jeff knows what he's doing.
But yeah, we kind of so when they were a 14s team, I traveled with them to Texas. I kind of like I was around them. I've been
Like
around them.
assistant.
Not assistant, but like I just went like because Keegan and they all went. So I was like, okay, I want to go on a little vacation for the summer. Why not? This is like a little. I don't want to say free trip, but a cheaper trip.
For sure.
So I go, I hang out, like you know me. Baseball one's on. I'm gonna get in the dugout if they allow me. I'm gonna talk. Like I'm gonna do that. So he saw that and what's not. So like when coming down to the end of the summer, he asked me the lunch. He said, "Hey, do you want to take over this team, Jeremy Moe?" he asked me, say, hey, do you want to take over this team? And I'm like, what do you mean take over the team? I was like, do you want to be the head coach of the Wichita Rangers? I was like, sure. And he was like, no. Do you want to be the head coach of the Wichita Rangers? I want you to know I'm going to be with you year 1 and year 2, and then I'm going to pass, and then it's all you. And I'm like, oh, like seriously? I'm like, yes, of course I do. Why would I not? So I kind of took that on. I coached them in their last tournament where they're 15th. I had a team. I was going to have a tryout to find a couple players. I had Keegan. I had Levi. I had just about everybody. And what's not. Comes to find out, like literally the day I think the day after our tryout, I found out that Keegan went to try out for another team. And I was like, what? I was like, and I heard this through the grapevine. Nobody told me this. Nobody told me this. I heard
in
this
the
through
same house, man.
That's blood.
In
That's
the
basically
same house?
that's basically blood at this point.
Whoa.
So
It's a big deal.
yeah. So I'm like, all right. So I go over there. I'm like, nah, that's not true. They would have told me that.
The house of oldie.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm not gonna be like, what? I'm not gonna out them in public. So I go over there. I'm like, hey, Jeff, what's up? Then Jeff told me the whole situation. I'm like, okay, I understand. I get it. It was a better choice in the long run for him that he felt that he should have left. That he left the team, and he went to go play for somebody else. And I was like, okay. So I had to make do with what I had. I had to find the shortstop somehow.
What year was this? 2 years ago?
15, thereabouts. Yeah, 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. So then after that, I was like, okay. So you know what we did? We played them that first game of the summer. Oh, we waxed them. We waxed them up, and I talked about it all day. I let them hear me because I was upset.
What team did he go play for?
The Diamond Kings.
Oh, gotcha.
With your boy JC.
Is that even a thing anymore?
I don't know where they're at in life now.
I didn't think so. Because he's with what's the new thing? Performance Factory.
Yeah.
So hard to keep up with all those things.
But I don't even know who's on that Performance Factory team.
Couldn't tell you.
Because I heard like Hagen Warkins is on it, but like who else is? Like I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know who he's playing for.
I'm pretty sure he's playing for Hayesville.
Welcome.
The Aviators?
Warkins, yeah. Because
Probably.
he was signed to play with Wellington again, and then he backed out to go play with them. Which that's a whole another conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Lack of commitment of kids nowadays.
Man. Loyalty is nothing, man.
Loyalty is a whole different one. But
listen,
commitment, it blows me. Like I've literally had parents that have been like, "Well, we just changed our mind," and I'm like, "Well, that's great for you, but what's the point of us having a player contract and you guys committing to the team, and then you just having the out of changing your mind and deciding to do something different? Like, do you understand how contracts work?
that's a
Like
contract.
it's an agreement between two people that we're gonna follow through with these details." And I don't know. Last I
Ring him
checked,
up.
I didn't put in the contract. Changing your mind is acceptable, and
Or-
you can
okay.
do whatever you want.
Bro, it's
Kind of
wild.
defeats the purpose of an actual agreement.
You have to understand, bro. We live in a world where kids transfer in high school now.
Oh yeah,
Like not even just
crazy.
college, it's high school. They want to transfer in high school because they're scared they don't want to lead nobody. None of these kids want to lead. That's the problem. Like, oh, my team's going to be bad, so I'm going to leave and go play with these other guys who are going to be good. So who's going to be the leader? No, now we have an ego problem. Like it's always going to be there's going to find conflict any which way you go about it. So just stay where you are. You put in the time right where you are. Just lead your team.
Yeah.
Why are you not going to do that? But that's
Hey, parents aren't the problem.
Yeah.
Conversations that some people can't handle.
Well, and to go on that point, we live in a world where instant gratification is the main like goal. So
Oh,
you
for
know,
sure.
if nobody can, even though you signed up to play baseball, which is a game of mostly failure. Even if you're good, it's still mostly failure, right? And you're still looking for instant gratification out of a game that's not going to give you instant gratification. So if people just can't handle losing for a while, they can't handle, do it like not getting their fair shake from the coach, and then all these organizations are the same. So it's like, I don't even blame the parents half the time on this side of things when they want to jump ship, because it's almost like a lot of these big organizations don't, obviously not putting development first for their players. It's just, okay, what can these players do for me here and now? But what people have to realize, and I think what we all have to realize too, is that every single day, every single situation you're put in is a gift, and you can choose within that situation how you want to respond. You know, whether it is a challenge, whether it is going really well, you know, you can step up and elevate yourself in that situation, or you can run away from it. So, and many people just choose to run away when things get hard, and it's really disappointing, but it's spreading like a freaking disease around, especially youth sports, and it just creates this culture. And it starts now when they're 10U, 11U, 9U, 8U, and then so by the time they get to college and they're signing on for a summer team, they literally sign a contract. They're like, well, this doesn't mean anything, you know. We can just hop over to this team,
do whatever we want
when this team says, "Oh, you can play for us for free," because that's how stuff works, you know.
Yeah.
And so it starts when they're young, and then parents or coaches or whomever just doesn't check it at the door when it first happens, so they keep getting away with it, and it keeps working out for them. And look, it's that's the kind of cancer that's been spread through. It's one of the problems with the whole mechanism of youth and travel baseball, which we've hit on that subject quite a bit.
I mean, I was a transfer kid, so like I can speak to the side of like feeling like you're in a situation that isn't whatever fair or however you want to word it, but there's many a things that I did before I transferred that I felt, or I still feel, that you should be instructing and educating, especially youth athletes, but just younger athletes in general, on, hey, dude, just because something's hard doesn't mean that you run away from it. Like, you got to be able to like work through the differences on which one you think is what, and then be able to have those conversations, right? So, you know, when I was going to transfer from Carroll, like I went and had a conversation with the coaching staff. I asked direct questions. I wanted a game plan. You know, what is point A to point B to point C to point D of me getting what it is that I want out of this, but then also you guys getting what you want out of this from a coaching staff. And like, you know, I had those conversations with my mom and, you know, went in with a game plan before any, you know, she wasn't just going to let me run away from something, right? Like that was never even on the table. And it was, you're going to go have these hard conversations. You're going to go stand up for yourself. You're going to go have all of this. I'm not doing any of it for you. So if it means enough to you to do it, then go do it. And then once you go and do it, we can have a conversation about what next steps are. So I said, okay, cool. Like, so I went and did that, and I got very direct information. And then it got to a point where, okay, my responsibilities were A, B, and C, and I'm doing these things with every opportunity that I'm getting, and I'm still not getting what it is that you said you were going to do for me. And so then it was hey, listen, if we aren't going to be on the same page here, we're not on the same team, I'm not getting what you're promising me, but I am producing the things that you're asking me to produce, this may not be a good fit for me. Like, this may not be the best case scenario for me, because you're essentially not being honest with me. Like, you're shortchanging my playing time based off of things that I can't control. And that's not fair to me as a player. And I'm trying to go to college. Like, that's my goal. That's what I want to do. And me, you know, getting half of the playing time isn't going to help me get there. So, you know, we had those conversations, went and did all the stuff, right? And then got to the point where it was like, listen, like, you know, I don't feel like trusting my college career into the hands of the people that are making the decisions here, so I'm going to do something different. And that's when I transferred. And then,
so really, you are the architect of this mess right
yes,
now.
Exactly.
Here is this guy.
Right. But then I transferred and was all city, all state, beat the living shit out of the team that didn't want to play me. And then it was just kind of like well, what are we doing? You know?
Tell us how you really feel now.
Well, it was just, you know, that's what it was. And then next thing you know, then we're working through it, trying to figure out where to go to college, whatever. And then, you know, some similar things in college as well, too, right?
Oh.
Because went to a school, you know, had a coach there that was like,
I think I know the main issue.
oh, yeah.
Go on.
Oh,
I'll tell
okay.
you later,
No,
buddy.
that's okay. But then, you know, I transferred after my freshman year, somewhat of the similar things, but same year that I transferred was the year that coach got fired. Like, so, I mean, there was, it wasn't, I mean, so I bounced around to different schools, and some of that's just, some of that stuff's out of your control, and you just got to kind of roll with the punches the best way that you can. But there's a right way of going about that process. Like, I think there's a way that you can communicate effectively, but openly and honestly, and you got to be able to stand by that as the coaching staff as well too, right? Like, it would be no different if you have a 15-year-old come to Naj's game and Naj is saying, hey, listen, if I can rely on you more and you show me that you can do X, Y, and Z when you're asked to do these things, and then I go out there and do them, but then Naj goes, no, never mind, and changes his mind, does something different. Like, you can't knock that kid for wanting to have an honest conversation about that and then trying to figure it out. Like, that's one thing. But, just being upset about you not getting what you want, you not willing to do any type of extra work and not having conversation and not doing anything and just saying, oh, yeah, I'm doing something else. Yep, nope, I'm out of here. Because that's the part that we're seeing now that's running rampant in youth sports, like just craziness. And, I mean, they fuel it because rather than having tough conversations, they just want little Johnny to be happy. Oh, he's in touch with his feelings,
Johnny gets the most flack.
Johnny does, but
especially little Johnny. You just like calling people little, huh?
Yeah, Johnny's just an easy name to roll with.
Call Johnny little. You call me little all the time.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, I know where you got the Johnny thing from too.
Yeah.
I know where he gets it from.
Yeah, see?
I know exactly where he gets it from. Hey.
Can't help it.
Nah, shut up, my boy, though.
I've been caught through it. Or taught through it.
Yeah.
Caught through it.
But going back to the transfer thing, I agree. Because I feel like that's always my thing, especially at least in college. Because I never got the chance to transfer in high school. But in college, I feel like if you could sit down, because college, coaches look at you as a young man. So they're going to respect you as a young man. So if you go to the coach's office and say, hey, I would like to play. How do I get myself on the field? How do I give myself the best opportunity? Some coaches will say, your batting practice sucks. You need to take ground balls more seriously. Like, there's a number of things you can do that you think you're doing that you're not doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's the thing. You guys got to be able to.
That's a big piece, but it's also about production.
100%.
Like this is the part that I hear this from players all the time. And it's like, dude, you want to go and fight for yourself, which I appreciate. Like, that's cool. Everybody can do the front end. The front end's not the hard part. The hard part is producing, right? Like, I was so confident in my skills and my game and what I was going to do. I was going to die on that. Like, so it didn't matter what do you need from me? You know what I mean? Because when I'm going out there and in college, especially, every time I get an opportunity to start, I'm 2 for 4, 3 for 4. Like, I'm putting up good numbers, and it's like, what do you want? I mean, you have to then be able to go and produce. And as you stated, as we all know, baseball is definitely a game of failure. But if you're going to go barking, you better be ready to bite. And that's the difference. Like, you got to be able to produce. Like that, huh? That was good, huh? So if you can't produce, or you're afraid of that portion of it, and you got to kind of live and die by it. Like, you got to be willing to just say, yeah, no, I didn't do it this game. And when it doesn't happen, then don't go crying because it doesn't happen. That's where you get the chance to work harder and do things at a higher level and keep trying. And it's not always going to work out that easy, but you got to be willing to put your game on display and be able to live by it. Because if you want the coaches to respect you and be able to have the chances to play, dude, it's a business at the end of the day. Production is how you're going to stay in the lineup, and production is how it's all going to work. So produce or don't play.
It's a numbers game.
Yep.
That's what I was always told. It's a numbers game. But hey.
Know what I was always told?
Oh, man.
You suck.
I knew that was about to get a little. Sean, I want you to know, some people are meant to play baseball, and some people are meant to make other people better at baseball. And I think that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to make people better at baseball.
Which, on the flip side, means you weren't meant to play baseball.
Hey, take it how you want it.
What's that quote there they say about teachers?
Oh,
those that can't teach.
Yeah. And those who can't teach, coach.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
It's those who can't.
Those who can do, those who can't teach. Something like that.
Those who can't play, coach.
If you can't play, you teach. If you can't teach, you coach.
Yeah, there you go.
Something like that.
There.
But, hey,
What if you just facilitate?
Sean's in there somewhere. Well,
but see, at that point, you gotta have. What do you want to facilitate? You want to be a
if you're
principal?
ranking BP guys, top of the list.
Sean,
Top KCLB BP pitcher.
hey, if Sean was there, I would have
Oh,
a
no,
Chick-fil-A back
Clark
right
was
now.
pretty good too, but
Yeah,
he ain't around anymore though. So
Hey, if Sean was there, I would have a Chick-fil-A bat right now.
maybe you guys should enter into that as
Sean-
a joint Kansas Sports HQ initiative.
Sean, and we can split the Chick-fil-A half straight down the middle. I get
Half and
6 months,
half?
you get 6 months.
There you go.
I thought we were gonna actually split the bat.
Oh,
I thought that's what
no,
I thought you were gonna split the sandwich, but that was
no.
just me.
No,
Every
I'm-
time he goes, he comes back with a half a sandwich for you.
Oh, we could do that too. I'm not mad about that. Split the fries to drink. Oh. No?
Just a little weekly Chick-fil-A date for
Yeah.
you guys.
Well, technically, it's unlimited for a year. So
I think you can go once a week.
It's once a week for
Yeah,
52
so
weeks.
lame.
So
Once a
go
week.
have a meeting.
So
and-
is there a limit on how much I could get at this Chick-fil-A?
I don't know that. I
Oh.
just know it was
Oh.
Chick-fil-A for a year.
Sean, you can have my first 3 Chick-fil-A meals in the first 3 weeks. Actually, the first month,
So
the first
four,
month,
4 meals.
4 meals. If you throw me BP in the home run derby. Hey,
I
but
promise I'll be around the whole time.
yeah, just like it happened last time.
Yeah.
I'm at first base. I'm coaching the game, and Notch comes back.
Where were you? I promise you, that's how it went. I was like, "What? You could have said, hey, I gotta
I'll
go.'
be back.
I'd have waited.
When he first came and started coaching here, I totally forgot about that. So he was like, "Oh yeah, you threw me BP." I was like,
Huh?
"Oh yeah."
Oh, when you threw for all the Wellington guys.
No,
Was
just
that
me.
a year before?
No, I was throwing for all the Dauber guys who were in the Derby,
Okay.
and then they saw the other guy who was throwing BP for everybody, and then they saw me and they wanted.
they
me
were
to
like,
throw.
"Hey, dude, no."
No.
Dude, I threw to like a Ranger. I threw to a bunch of
Just
people.
everybody.
So-
The fun fact is that other dude who was throwing BP for everybody, his son actually ended up coming to Friends, and me and him were teammates for a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's what the SBS does, man.
brings people together.
Brings people
Just
together in the baseball
Connecting
world.
the community
There you go.
through the
Cohesive.
game of
Community.
baseball.
Connection.
Cohesive connections
Synergy.
through
Summer Ball
Ball
Synergizing.
Showdown.
Camaraderie.
through camaraderie.
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 Camaraderie?
Carterize.
Corrode artery?
Foraging.
I
Cauterize?
don't know.
Corrigan.
Just thinking of C.
Collagen.
C.
Copenhagen.
Okay. All baseball.
I just want you to know.
Chew. No,
All right. Well, that's a good time to wrap this up. I
Yeah.
think.
Oh, are we?
yeah.
we're going off the rails.
Let's,
Who wants to lead us in prayer?
It's Tuesday, me day.
Let's choke this thing out.
What?
Another C word.
Yeah.
Eyes closed, heads bowed. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for waking us up once and again. Thank you for time and opportunity, health and strength. Thank you for another day that we get up and get to lead this world with a positive attitude and be the light unto you, Lord. Lord, we thank you that we get to at least show you grace on this podcast, because you say you deny, if you're with me on earth, you'll be with me in heaven. But if you deny me on earth, you'll deny me in heaven. So I thank you for this opportunity. In your son's precious name we pray. Amen.
Man.
Amen. Well, that's it for episode 15 of season 2. We will see you guys next time. I think we're going to have Mr. Powell with us tomorrow,
Sorry,
hopefully,
everybody.
as
Can I
long
get
as
in?
the teachers
I
say it's
get-
all
I
good.
don't drink.
Who knows?
See you guys.
Hey.
50-50.